Hi, I'm Shane from Admin Arsenal. Today we're going to show you how you can deploy Dropbox to your corporation. So the first thing you're going to want to do, number one, we do have Dropbox in the package library. So if you have PDQ Deploy, you have a current Pro or Enterprise license, you can import that pre-made package just right to your desktop. Yeah, if you want to build your own, that's fine. What you're going to want to look for is the Dropbox. So go out and Google Dropbox offline installer. We'll just hit this. What is the Dropbox Enterprise installer? Also known as Enterprise installer, and you'll see a download for it. It's very important that you use the offline installer when you're talking about deployments. The regular Dropbox installer is actually it's a smaller file, and it actually intends to, once you execute it, tries to pull down the rest of the installation from Dropbox. As a deployer, you don't want to do that. So you just click on that link, download that Dropbox file. So I'm going to show you, we've got this package already built, and there's the easy way to do it, and then for those of you who are a little bit more adventurous or want a little bit more control, I'm going to show you the some additional steps that you can take. So when you open up or when you create your PDQ deploy package for Dropbox, you want to use an install step. If you're in free mode, this is the only step you can use. Point to your offline installer that you've downloaded. And the parameters are very simple. It's just a / uppercase S. The uppercase is very important. So / uppercase S. This means run this thing silently. Now, that's the easy part. You can go ahead and then deploy that to your targeting computers, and it will install this quietly. However, as an administrator, there's a few other things that I like to do myself. So I've created a couple of extra steps. To do that, you'd go to New Step, Command. And this deletes the auto update tasks. Dropbox, like many applications, they have an auto update feature. Well, as administrators, you probably want to make sure that you control the versions of software in your environment because you're the one who has to support these. So you deploy when you're ready to deploy. In that case, recommend that you remove the auto update feature. Now to do that, many applications, they just have a command line parameter that you can run as part of the setup to do this, to disable that, but not Dropbox. So here, I've got disable a command step called disable auto update tasks, and you can see I'm just running the Windows schedule tasks sch tasks.exe with the parameters /delete and then a / uppercase tn and the name of the task, and then I do follow that with a /f to force it. Those are the names of the Windows schedule tasks that you're going to want to delete. So I run those, and then to be a good citizen, a good netizen, if somebody's actually logged on at the time on a target computer when you're deploying it, if you install Dropbox, it's going to stop their Dropbox process, it's going to upgrade it, but it's not going to restart it. So if someone's logged on, they may think that their files are being synced, and they're not. So this is why where step 3 comes through, and I've got it broken down. I'll make this a little bit wider. 30 for targets on a 32-bit, and then another step for 64-bit computers. And there's the command. I just have the command step is effectively just wrapped up a batch file. You can see the commands I have. I just say, hey, if this exists in program files, dropbox.exe. You can see the syntax there. If it exists, then start. There's the syntax, start, and then 2 double quotes. And then I actually just say start dropbox.exe. But it's very important following this. If you're going to do steps 4, in the conditions, you're going to want to have the logged on state set to, it's usually set to always run. You want to have it set to only run if a user is logged on. If someone's not logged on, it's going to skip steps 3, it's going to skip step 4. So only run if a user is logged on, and then in the options, you want to run as the logged on user. So remember the condition, only run if a user is logged on, and then run as that logged on user. Otherwise, it's going to start Dropbox as the deploy user, which is probably your credentials. They're never going to see it. Dropbox is now running as you. It's not going to have the benefit that you want. If nobody is logged on, then no harm, no foul. We've just upgraded Dropbox. The next time they log on, it will upgrade the necessary portions of their users directory. So like I say, no harm, no foul. And then step Step 4 is just handles. Notice the conditions differently. Step 4 only run if the architecture is 64-bit. Step 3 if 32-bit. And then the syntax is effectively the same except for if it's on a 64-bit machine, we use program files x86. Since Dropbox is a 32-bit program, it will be placed in the x86 folder on a 64-bit machine. And of course, the conditions and the options are set the same. So I want to show you what's going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and hit deploy. We'll just deploy once. Obviously, you can choose targets from PDQ inventory collections or Active Directory OUs or something, but I'm just going to type in some computers. I'm going to type in Costanza. We'll type in Abraham and Dunmeyer. Those 3 computers. And the reason I'm choosing some of these, I've got a remote desktop session open. Abraham has someone logged on, but no Dropbox is installed. I want to show you what's going to happen with steps 3 and 4. And then Costanza has a user logged on and they've got Dropbox running. So you can see there's the Dropbox right there. It's version 4.4.29. We're going to upgrade that. I want to show you what's going to happen, what they will see if they're looking closely. All right, so we'll hit deploy now. While that's running, so in Costanza, while this is running, if they happen to be looking down at their sys tray, they will ultimately notice that this icon goes away. Why? The upgrade process kills it as part of the upgrade. So that will go away. But if they're logged back on, obviously we are going to restart that. All right, so you can see it's gone away now. Let's check the status. There we go. Moves into step 2 where we're deleting those auto update tasks in the Windows scheduler. And then step 3, this Costanza is a 64-bit machine, so it's actually going to skip step 3 and just go right to step 4. And we would see, there it is. There's the Dropbox sys tray that pops up. And you can see the new version of 5.4.24, and it's starting up. So really, unless they're looking closely, they're not going to notice anything. But the cool thing is, now their documents are being synced up. Just keep in mind, if you do this route, remember Abraham never had Dropbox configured in the first place for this logged on user. They would see this box pop up saying, hey, running as Dropbox. Cool thing is, on this computer, this user is logged on as Trixie. So you can see Dropbox is running as Trixie. And on Costanza, logged in as the dude, because we did the log on as, I'm going to go to Task Manager, because we did the log on as logged on user, run this as logged on user, you'll see running as the user, the dude. So that's it in a nutshell. That is how you can get Dropbox out to your environment. Use the offline installer, follow these instructions, you should be good to go. Rock on.